Welcome back. Summertime wouldn't be complete without a backyard barbecue.
Love me some barbecue. Deb Williams is going to show us some hacks, some early morning or some summer hacks for some summer parties, correct?
Summer parties, yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's so good to be here. I've missed you guys.
We missed you too.
Yeah.
Nice to have you back.
Thanks. So what I kind of focused on when I was thinking about this segment is how to pull together a party that's cool and a little bit memorable with little touches, but nothing that you maybe wouldn't already have around the house.
Oh, awesome.
So it's just a way to use things that you already have. But I can't go into this without talking about the organization piece of it first. So like any party, my first thing is always make a list. So make a list of who's coming or how many people are coming and your food, and then from there you can determine what you need for serveware, what you need for napkins, plates, flatware, serving pieces, all that other kind of stuff, and you can get your grocery list. And then that takes a lot of pressure off of you at the last minute. And so I started digging through my stuff and I realized I've done something I want to pass along. I created, and I've done this for other people before, like a party closet.
Nice.
So I put some shelving up in my guest bedroom closet, and I have these bins in there, and I have this is an organizing rule, like with like. And so I have all my paper plates, all my disposable plates and bowls are in this bin. So when I decide, okay, I'm going to have a barbecue this weekend, I better check on my plates, I go to one place. I know what I have, and if there's nothing in there, I know I don't have any, and it needs to go on the grocery list. And it's labeled, so I don't have to dig through stuff. I just need to go one place. And it's really saved me a lot. So I wanted to kind of just get a plug-in for that to get all of that party wear organized.
How easy is it? I mean, that's super easy.
Yeah.
And cleaner.
And probably the hardest part of it is figuring out a place to put it. But this kind of thing, if you're not in it a lot, like in my case, I'm not in it a lot, so in the closet of my guest bedroom, it was perfect because
Nice.
I don't need it in my kitchen. Okay, so anyway, we're organized, we got that. So let's talk about some cool things to do for parties. So first thing I want to talk about is our old friend, the mason jar. Because, we're starting to be to the point where you can get these or you have them. And so to make them festive. So this deal is for our barbecue. This is a s'mores kit. So I got everything in here that we need for s'mores. So my goal is that I want them to be able to just help themselves and do as much as they can on their own so that I can be more focused on visiting with them instead of serving. So, and then to make it a little bit festive, I put just a little bit of ribbon on here. So yeah, another thing, I had this. And it's just curling ribbon. It's nothing fancy, but I had this, and so I can put this together very quickly. And it's something that, I can use it, I cannot use it,
Nice.
whatever, Another thing is to set these up with these tea lights here. Oh, okay, we're up. And what I did to kind of make it look a little better than just have the tea light in there is there's rice in the bottom of this.
Nice.
So it kind of covers it up and it looks pretty cool, and it's got the same ribbon, so we're good.
Once again, something you had in your house. Some
Yes,
rice.
I did. I bought nothing here. And then my flatware that was not in this bin, but in the one labeled flatware, I did another jar, more ribbon, and then I put my flatware in here. All this stuff is out. Now, on something like this, what I might want to do is I might want to put some kind of a label on here, but personally, I don't think I want to sit down at my computer and print a bunch of labels. So, my old friend, the Sharpie, to the rescue, because the deal with the Sharpie is you can write on glass or ceramic, and then, so you just write on this what it is, or ceramic, and it literally will come right off.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So the only time you really have to worry about it is if you have a surface that's kind of abraded, like if you have a glass that's 15 years old and been in the dishwasher every day, it's probably not going to come off as easy. In that case, just go ahead and take a little nail polish remover or even rubbing alcohol, and that'll take it off. So, and then other things that you can do with these, you can do individual portions of like chopped salad, you can do individual cocktails, all kinds of stuff. In fact, take some frozen fruit, like the blackberries right now are gigantic, like they're the size of an ice cube. And freeze some fruit and put them in a jar like this with lemonade or an adult cocktail.
Great idea.
And that'll keep it cold.
You can work ahead on that stuff too.
Yes, exactly. All of this can be done ahead. So basically what you're doing the day of is you're hauling it out and you're setting it up. And you're going by your list, and so you're not going to forget anything. It's all going to be good. So also in the spirit of providing as much as possible for our guests, we can set up a sunscreen and bug spray station. So just take a little tub like this, and just put it all in there and put it out. Again, we're going to take our Sharpie, and because, we would love to have fancy printed Labels, and maybe we've got time for that. Maybe we don't. Either way, this way, they're going to know what it is.
Yeah, that works just as well.
Yeah.
You're like reading my mind. I love this idea. Not only do I not want to sit down and make labels, I don't want to have the goo gone later.
Yeah.
Taking it off. It's
Right.
like a huge time saver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll come right off. And I know this because I've done that multiple times on this guy. This is hard plastic, and I've used it for a lot of different things. And so I know it'll come right off.
The
So you just
mosquitoes
use
are out
it-
too now. A
Are
few.
they out over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
The
and
warm weather.
yep, and based on what we get going on in this area with Lyme disease and everything, we want to take care of it. We want to make sure people are taken care of. Okay, so for a few more fun things that we can do, instead of using a cooler for your drinks, maybe hose out your wheelbarrow and use your wheelbarrow.
Oh, great
I like
idea.
that.
So then
Yeah.
you can just wheel it around so it can follow the party, and you know, you don't have to worry too much about how you're going to get it clean and everything. And then when night comes, we can take some glow sticks. If you've got kids, you've got glow sticks, very likely. Take a few, break these, and throw them in the ice.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
Yeah, and so then, and if it's in a cooler, even better. So then you've got a way to see your beverages.
Yeah.
And they're
Also,
super cheap.
they are. They're super cheap. I mean, you can get like 200 of them for like less than $10, you
Right.
know? And there's lots of things you can do with them. For instance, another fun thing, and I'm doing this. I'm putting my friends on notice right now. We are doing this summer. So if you are at my house, we're doing this. Glow sticks mixed with bubbles. And then you blow bubbles at night, and then you get all these fancy, bright bubbles.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not a young person, and I am so excited about this. I am so excited about this. I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So we're doing that. We're doing the glow sticks, and we're doing the wheelbarrow.
So walk me through, what do you mean? So I've got my glow sticks and my bubbles, and then what am I
Okay,
doing?
so you open up your bubbles, you take a glow stick and you break it open. I mean, like break it completely open and you dump it in the bottle of bubbles.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I haven't
yeah.
heard of that.
Yep. Yeah, so I really like that idea, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. A couple of other, tips in terms of food preparation. If you are doing ice cream on cake or whatever, you know how that goes, where you're in the kitchen and you're struggling with it's melted on the edges and it's frozen like a rock in the middle. Scoop it beforehand and put it in muffin tins and put it back in the freezer. So that way, at the time of the party, you just pop them right out. So you
that's
don't have to be struggling in the kitchen. The other thing, when you're making burgers, it's kind of a deal. One of the things they tell you about hamburgers, they say don't overwork the meat. It's going to get tough or whatever. So don't overwork the meat. So if you take the things that you're seasoning your burger with, like your onion, salt, pepper, and all that, and you mix all that together first and then mix it into the meat, you're going to be working that meat a lot less. And also, when you're making your patties, do that thumbprint in the middle, because that really does make the burger cook flat instead of puffy.
Ah.
So you're going to have a better burger. Also, if you're making them at different wellnesses, you can take your guest's buns and write on there in ketchup what wellness it is, so that you can match the bun to the burger. If you do that,
Right.
in my case, it's pretty much you get what you get.
You get what you get.
You get what you get.
Don't throw a fit.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like, yes, you're welcome.
Great stuff. And this all
Yes.
works for parties at your house, but also, like, I see some of this would be great for at the lake.
Yeah.
So do you just kind of dedicate a place at the lake home?
Yeah, I think so. And and the other nice thing about this is that, especially like with the jars, this kind of thing, it works for everything. So, I mean, you have jars like this, you can use them for every single party that you have. You don't have to worry about color coordinating, you don't have to worry about anything, and you can use them for all kinds of different things. And so it's stuff that you can keep and you can use over and over and over again, and it's not going to get old and tired.
Because you said initially you were thinking Memorial Day weekend, but
Yeah.
so I like the red, white, and blue. I mean, you
Yeah.
have blue here, but that
Right.
works for
Yeah.
the 4th of July
4th
and
of
really
July.
any weekend.
Well, yeah, and high school graduation, we're doing school colors for high school graduation, or any event, baby showers, pink, blue, bridal, gold and silver, white, any of those things, because it works perfectly. And honestly, if you're willing to do this with ribbon, you got ribbon in your house.
Yes.
And so chances are that you've already got what you need right there in the house. So, and then this sunscreen station, this is actually kind of a great thing to just do, where you have your sunscreen and your mosquito spray always handy in one place, so all of the family members know exactly where to go so they can grab it,
Amen.
preferably by the door, in the garage, so they can spray as they're going in and out as they need it.
Good stuff.
Great stuff, Deb.
Yeah,
How do we
thank
get a
you.
hold of you?
You can go to my website, www.ducksandroorganizing.net.
Good, that's good stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We come back. Very special story about a woman and her mom right after this.